Hi everyone, sorry about that. I had a bit of a technical issue once again. All right, let's get Bernard back here. Hello.
Yes, get on.
Yes, so I nearly threw my laptop through the window here now.
No problem.
It's like the third time this week this has happened.
Yeah, I think internet in South Africa is definitely a bit slower than it is abroad, but I've heard they've had some cable problems.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It works fine up until you're busy with something and then it just dies.
That's true. Always when you're in the middle of something.
Yeah, it dies and reconnects. So it's almost like the intro, because I'm on wireless, so I've got a tower outside that connects, and every now and again they do firmware updates, so it just drops for like 2 minutes, and then it's back up. And
yeah.
Probably. Oh man. Anyway, right. So we're back.
What were we talking about?
Yeah, I said to you about the Haka and All Blacks, where I still want to experience it live, and I had the opportunity a good couple of years ago. I think it was in 2009, 2008, to go to Springboks versus the All Blacks in Newlands, and I got tickets at like 1 o'clock the Saturday afternoon. So to get from where I was to Newlands, I had to go sit through traffic, find parking, get to the stadium, and I said, "There's no way I'm going to get onto that stadium in time. I'm going to get into the stadium at halftime." That was.
Yeah.
I got home at 1:30, and I used to live with my sister. And I said to my sister and her boyfriend, "Do you guys want to go to the rugby?" But I could tell you now, you're going to be there halftime. Don't try to do anything and rush it, because there's going to be traffic and everything. They phoned me like 20 minutes later saying they're on the stand. They drove from Durbanville to Newlands, found parking, got into the stadium, and was sitting before the Haka or the anthem started.
It's awesome. You were jealous.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Have you played against the Springboks?
I did play 2 tests against the Springboks in June 2015, I think. No, 2017. Sorry.
Yeah, because I was trying to think now. I couldn't remember that you've played against the Boks yet.
Yes, we did. I did play 2 games in South Africa. We toured South Africa in 2017.
Yeah.
And we're playing South Africa at the end of the year as well, November. So if you want to come over, you're more than welcome.
Shit, that's one of the things I still do. I know my dad, and you know my dad as well. He's one of his lifelong dreams is to watch a rugby game at Twickenham.
Yeah, it's unbelievable stadium. Twickenham's really cool.
Yeah.
Twickenham, my personal favorite is the Millennium Stadium in Wales.
Yeah, that one. Well, I think any of the European stadiums will be something to experience.
Yeah, it's different. It's every country is so completely different, and the culture and the vibe. Europe, the Six Nations is magic. Playing Six Nations and experiencing all the different cultures, different stadiums every weekend. It's really cool.
Yeah. One of the questions I've got is, I know that there's a lot of youngsters in high school now that often they don't even play for first teams, or they're from little platteland towns like what we are, and they don't get the proper exposure to be seen by big agents or big clubs or anything like that. What kind of advice have you got for those guys that they're not in a big school? They've obviously got talent, but they want to be more than just playing rugby at school, and maybe for the local town club afterwards. Is there any advice that you can give to them of how they could get overseas, or maybe be seen internationally?
Maybe seen. I think it all starts with hard work. In any environment, if you're the hardest worker, if you show them that you go the extra mile. I've seen it so many times that guys with, I mean, I played with guys that had heaps more talent than I was always scared that I don't have enough talent, and almost I just worked harder than the other guys, and I've seen that over and over again. And I would much rather play with guys that work harder than guys that just come in on pure talent that just got it. The guys that really fight for their spot. So yeah, just lead by example, show them you really want to be there, and then it's being like a guy as well. It's a team sport. So I've seen a lot of guys that work really hard, but then they're really individualists, and they focus too much just on themselves as well. So yeah, be open-minded, be like a team guy, and nothing beat all hard work. After you have to be at the right place at the right time. I think I had a bit of luck as well, being seen by the right people at the right time. Like in any sport or anything, you need a gap, and then just when you get that gap, just be ready to prove yourself. There's nothing that beats hard work. Hard work, hours, put in the hours, put in the effort, and they'll notice. One of the best things my granddad told me is, if you're good, you don't have to talk about yourself. If you're good, there's people that you'll be noticed, and people talk about it. So just keep on working hard and make sure people notice.
Yeah.
That's best advice I can give. Then afterwards, obviously, it's more complicated getting agents and stuff. That'll come on its own. If you're good enough and you're hard enough, working hard enough, that's stuff that will just follow.
Okay. Then I've got another question, and I'm not sure how much you can answer me on this, but I'm gonna try. It's not often I get the opportunity to ask someone that plays at this level on a regular basis. So you knew when we grew up. I don't know, was Forsking still your coach at school in first team?
Yes, he was.
So there's certain rules and stuff that he drilled into us at school of how you should play. Forwards should play together. Backs should do this. Fly off this, inside center, fullback, and backline moves and all those kind of things. And that's how the old rugby used to be played. Why don't we see that in modern rugby at the moment? What has changed?
I think a good coach knows his players, and you can't play forwards, play that, backs, play that. You must see what type of players you've got and make sure they complement each other, and then get a way to play with them. So if you've got a mobile pack, then you can play a mobile game plan. If you've got really physical locks, then you can play a dominate game, that kicking game. One of the most frustrating things for me now is watching rugby with supporters, and I hate sitting in a bar and people yelling at 5 de Klerk because he's kicking up and unders and he's this and that. It's like they don't know there's a gameplay, and in modern rugby, there's so many times where you don't want the ball. It's modern. You want to kick high contestable kicks, and you want to put pressure on them and penalties, and then you get a game plan. You need a 9 that kicks, and then the people, when it doesn't go that way, that was the coach's game plan, and the people complain and stuff. But yeah, that's what makes a good team, is having a good coach and just someone that knows his players and playing with their strong points. I've been with racing for 11 years, and we've had different types of fly-offs. We've had Dan Carter, that's Pat Lambie, that's more structural. We've got Finn Russell now that I play with him. I never know if he's going to run it out of our own 22 or throw a double skip pass in our 22. And that's like, everyone is different. You need to know your players, know what they're going to do, and just go with what they're good at.
Yeah, because we don't. Well, the little rugby that I've watched in the last time and I'm honest about this, is that the South African rugby is just too boring at this stage to watch. I almost feel like there's better things to do with 80 minutes of my life than sit and watch a Super Rugby game being played.
Yes. At the end, the clubs just want to win, and the most constructive type of rugby you can play is without the ball at the moment. So no one wants the ball. You want the other team to have the ball in their own half, make mistakes, and that's what everyone's going to at the moment. I think rugby evaluates, and every 2 years there's different game plans. But at the moment, I'm 100% with you. Sometimes it could be a bit boring. It depends on what type of players you've got, like I said, and what type of game plan. And then the fact that no one wants the ball at the moment. Like before, everyone played running rugby. But that's true. Even most of the teams we get coached, you don't want the ball, not in pressure situations. There's in your own 50 meters, you literally, everyone's kicking contestables, trying to get the ball back and trying to get them to make mistakes. So it is, from a supporter point of view, it is hard to tell someone to come and watch a game where there's only kicking and tackles and you want to see tries. But then again, with the Northern Hemisphere rugby, it's a lot the same. I feel like the rugby's changed. The beginning of the season, we play running rugby because it's dry. Then we go into winter where it's just tight scrums, maul, lineouts. And the end of the season, when it warms up again, it just goes. Then we play the same type of rugby than Super Rugby. Scores 35-40, or it's big scores. Where in winter you get scores of 9-12, 12-15. So it makes a big difference where you play as well.
Yeah, because I see this gameplay filtering down into schoolboy rugby as well. Or you see schoolboy rugby now that is absolutely brilliant, and it's quick, it's running, you see fullbacks coming into the back line, all those kind of things that you used to see when we were youngsters. And then as soon as they get out of school, they step up to a more professional level. It's like you said, it looks like nobody wants the ball.
Yes, but I think there's certain stuff that goes at school level. Your fullback can run out of a 22 at school level. If you do that in international or at club level, you're going to get penalized. You're going to get caught in your 22, and the coach is like, it's a professional era, and you need to win to be competitive. Even we've seen that we were 7-8 players, or we were almost 15 players who went to the World Cup for racing for different nations, and the young guys. We were almost lost on the log when we came back in the World Cup, because all the young guys played, and they were doing the stuff they did in under 23 rugby, which is just running the ball from everywhere, and it just doesn't work at international level. You need to be more structured, and you can't play in your own 22. You can't do the stuff you do at school, or you're going to get killed. You see so many young boys coming up from age group levels and being brilliant, scoring 3-4 tries a game, then they come to the professional team, and it's just not the same. You can't compare the two. It's a different game.
Okay, because I've always had a question, because I still say that if you've got a pack of tight five that's fit, that's strong, that can be at every breakdown, and you've got a 6 flank that can steal balls, you should be able to win balls back in the loose. If the tight five is there to clear it out, doesn't matter who's on the other side.
Yeah.
Ball back, but then you say that you don't want the ball.
You don't. Yeah, sometimes in some games you literally don't want the ball. You look at all the champions in the last 8 years. Most of the champions, Super Rugby top 14, World Cup. Most of the competition has been won on defense. The teams go look at the defense stats. There's always a team that wins the competition is in the first 2-3 of the best defense in the championship, where the competition they always win. The team with the best defense wins championships. So yeah, you want to score tries, you want to get points on the board, but in big games as well, 3 points is a lot more important than score. Oh, not more important, but it's easier to get 3 points than 7 points, and you want to get there and take them every time you've got. I know it sounds boring, and you get games where there's heaps of space where you analyze them so well, you can find space, you know that they're really tight around the rucks, and that's games we run it. But every week, game plans change, and we do hours and hours of video analysis every week. So it depends on who you're playing, what type of game, but big games is always, you don't necessarily want the ball for the bigger part of the game.
Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. So, And sometimes it's bad for the players as well, because it doesn't necessarily suit all the players. You get players that want to run the ball all over, and you get penalized in video sessions and stuff. The coach is really hard on those players. It doesn't stick to the game plan, and you get paid to do a job, and that's what they want you to do. So you just do it. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And right, I know that on the field there's a lot of stuff that happen that we don't see on TV. Things being said, things being done, and I know with there's 50 million cameras on you now at every game, with cell phones and TV cameras and everything. What is stuff that has happened that you can mention that was quite interesting or funny or naughty or whatever the story?
I've got a few stories, but the best one I've probably got is Sebastian Dewald playing lock in the European Cup. It's the first game we played in Brussels, the first rugby game in the history that's a professional game that was played in Brussels. It was against Saracens, and we had an Italian prop, Andrea Locicera, and Sebastian wanted to punch the other prop. I was on flank playing next to him.
Yeah.
And I just saw Andrea's head coming out of the ruck, and Sebastian punched his own teammate so hard that he was almost knocked out in the scrum. So yeah, a lot of stuff like that happens where you don't always see. A lot of hair pulling in guys' beard, or guys with dreads.
Yeah.
Guy coming to showing me his trophy. Yeah, look at this, I just got this dread. So you get a lot of funny stuff. But like I said, the good thing about rugby is there's always a beer after you share a beer with the other team. You've got receptions after the game, and so there's never any harsh feelings. You just what happens on the field stays on the field, and afterwards everyone's having a beer together.
Yeah, no, that's there's no real fights in rugby anymore, or that.
You can't. You get penalised so harsh.
Yeah, you mentioning Sebastian Dewald. He was one of those iconic French rugby players, but it was strange. He only played for a short time for France, because
he doesn't. I don't know how many caps he's got, but he made a massive influence the years he played. Usually, he didn't have a big work rate, but he definitely made a big difference. I played 2 or 3 seasons. I played with him. And every time he came on the field, he would do 1 or 2 things that would just shift the whole momentum of the game into your favour. So he's really one of the best impact players I've ever played with.
Yeah, France has always had a thing with number 7 flankers that was like really, that stood out in the world. Like guys like Olivier Magnier and those guys. How much are those guys still involved with French rugby? Because I know over here, a lot of the guys are coaching, or they are commentators or stuff like that, but you hardly ever hear from anybody. You hardly ever hear from anybody that's international guys, especially involved in the game at the moment.
There's quite a few people involved. I think once you're done with rugby as well, especially guys that's played a long time, there's some guys that, like I personally, I wouldn't be involved in rugby for the first few years after I'm done. I would like to have a job where I would do consulting, or maybe defense or something like that, or breakdowns, but I wouldn't like to be a coach and travel every weekend and do it could be quite tiring, traveling 40 weekends a year, spending days in a hotel, doing it for 15 years non-stop. So I can understand the guys that finish up that wants a break from that, just doing a normal job. And then there's guys that completely can't stop. They just want to be involved with rugby all the time. They eat, sleep, drink, whatever. It's just rugby, videos. And there's those guys that end up being brilliant coaches. But yeah, everyone's different. So, but there are quite a few people involved in. France has got a massive league. They've got about 5 leagues that's getting paid. So top 14, Pro de Derp, and then it goes on like that. So there's a lot of options and places you can go if you want to stay involved in rugby in France.
Okay. And what's your plans when you get done? Because I think you said to me the other day you're thinking another 3 years, maybe another World Cup.
Yeah, they want me to play till the next World Cup, and then I think I'll call it a day after the World Cup. That's my goal. I said I just wanted to finish this contract that's until 2022, but I decided so I would try to give it a go to the next World Cup, and after that I'll finish up and see where the road takes me. I've got a few plans what I want to do afterwards. I'm really working hard on a lot of stuff I want to do. So yeah.
Anything that you can share with us, or not yet?
Yeah, I'm a bit into property development, where we buy all departments and do them over. I also work with a brand that's called Decathlon. It's the headgear I play with. So we design rugby gear, t-shirts, tackle bags, all of that. I'm invested in a farm as well, where we've got some game and sheep and stuff. And so there's a lot of different stuff I'd like to do. I'd like to do consulting for some clubs as well. So there's a lot of different. I don't think I'll do just one thing. I'm much too busy to just sit in one place and do the same thing over and over again. So I would like to do. There's a few things I really enjoy doing. I don't want to keep doing it, and I'm working on a few more projects. So hopefully I'll be well off when I'm done and have something to do, than rather just sit home and chill.
Yeah, no, I think, like you said, take 6 months or a year and just do that. Spend time with the family while they're still young, and they grow up quickly.
Yeah, definitely. I'll definitely take 1 year off and go travel. This is the longest break I've had since I was 19 years old. So we never get more than 3.5, 4 weeks of holiday a year. Oh no, we get 1 week November, 1 week February, and then 3.5, 4 weeks in July after the championship. So it does get long, but I really still enjoy what I do, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'll definitely, after rugby, I'll take 6 months or a year off just to travel and spend some time with the family, also my family-in-law and my mother and them that I haven't been with for the last 10 years.
Yeah, no, I can imagine if you go back, they're probably going to test you guys till it comes out of your ears to see if everything is still where it should be, and told you to.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
So it's a mission just staying fit in this time. So hopefully we can get through it and stay fit and continue a few more years.
Can't go to the gym, can't go run outside, can't do any of that. But luckily you've got something at home that you can work with.
Yeah, I've got a small gym here, and at least I've got a 40 meters, so I can do a bleep test or two. Okay. So I try to stay fit and not pick up too much weight. South African braai place is really good. And I'm having too much of it, but I'm really enjoying the off time, the family time, making the most of this.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you still want to chat about, or people that you want to mention, or anything like that?
No, it's all good. All good. I really enjoyed the chat with you.
Oh, thanks, Bernard. It was really cool. Sorry about the little interruption in the middle.
No problem. Looking forward to it. And good luck with your channel.
Yeah, no, it's grown quite quickly, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot for what I'm busy doing. So
I can imagine. Good luck, and hopefully see you soon.
Yeah, hopefully. And send my regards to your mom and your sister. And I haven't chatted to them in a long time, but yeah, send my regards.
We'll definitely do. Same day for your family.
Okay, cool. Right.
Okay,
thanks,
cool. Good evening. Bye-bye.
Right, there you go. That was Bernard le Roux, French international rugby player, and I think it was fun. I definitely learned some new things, especially on the way that games are being played, stuff that frustrates me when I'm watching rugby. So yeah, thanks. I'll put all Bernard's social links in the description of this video, and see you guys tomorrow. Cheerio.